Here we go. For round 5 here in Qatar for MSC F1. And it's lights out and away we go. Down towards turn 1 we go. Adam's got an amazing start. The two McLarens on the AlphaTauri in towards turn 1. Down the inside. Johnny Reid back down the outside. It's the Alpine of Kurt Maestro going out wide. The McLaren of Adams is not giving Johnny Reid an easy time. The Northern Irish driver in front of the British driver in P2. The two McLarens staying in position. Kurt Maestro up in position. Boy on one kidney. Jim in the Red Bull. Roadrunner in the Mercedes. He's down a couple of positions. Jonathan Curran in the Aston Martin down 9 places. Devil Rejected up 4 and the Scuderia is in front of the Aston Martin and chasing down his teammate of Smalley as well. Kurt Maestro is now up into the podiums in the Alpine, but lets Mum and Ryder back through in the McLaren. Phoenix Gray's down 1 place in the AlphaTauri and Dino F2 in the Ferrari in P6. Dangerous Dave chasing him down, already up 2 places, and the Dutchie in the Haas up 3 places into P8 and in front of his teammate who is down 3 places. What a start to the Qatar Grand Prix. Here comes one kidney Jim into the slipstream. Is he going to be able to make the move? Dangerous Dave is trying it on Dino. Dangerous Dave down towards turn 1 for the Williams driver. Then we got the Haas who's trying to go down the inside of the Scuderia. Pushes him wide. The wheel to wheel is going towards turn 2 and down towards 3. The Ferrari has lost a position. He might lose another to the Haas teammate, but he just slots back in behind him. The Alfa Romeo is there. Ferrari there making a move on a Mercedes. Roadrunner coming right back at Devil Rejected. They're having a nice little squabble here. The Ferrari's going to try and cut back down the inside, and they nearly touch. They do touch, but it's the Mercedes AMG Petronas that is in front of the Scuderia Ferraris to go up towards turn 4. The Mercedes goes out wide, leaves the Ferrari space, and Devil Rejected is not able to make the move, but he's going to try again. And this is great racing from the pair of them. The Mercedes loses the rears, so does the Ferrari. So competitive between both of them. A little bit of teamwork for the McLarens. Here comes Demir as well on Dino. What an overtake from the Haas. Both powered by the same engine as well. Oh, Kurt Maestro is into the gravel. The Alpine driver is round on lap 4. And that is so unfortunate for Kurt Maestro, who was having a fabulous race. But as I said, this circuit can be so unforgiving, and Kurt Maestro has found out the hard way. He now has Jonathan on the back of him in the Aston Martin. Mercedes. He will have to just try and get the grip back in them tyres. Here comes Dangerous Dave on Phoenix Grey. And the Williams driver is through on the AlphaTauri and up to P4. The two Hasses are having a great race so far. I can't wait to see what they can do. And look at this move from the Alfa Romeo. To the right she goes. And Red Wildfire is up to P12. That is Cinders in the Williams losing 2 positions on Kurt Maestro and Jonathan. Jonathan back down the inside. The Dutch driver on the Alpine, round the outside, down the inside goes the Alpine. They're going to switch it back round for the next chicane, and the Aston Martin will have to slot back in behind Kurt Maestro. There's Jonathan. He is finally through, but how long can he hold it for before Kurt tries to come back at him? Remember, Kurt Maestro is on the hard tyres, Jonathan on the medium, so completely different strategies for this race as we are on lap 5 now. And here comes Kurt Maestro on Jonathan. And Kurt Maestro back up to turn 14. Can he do the old switcheroo from Jonathan? The Dutchman showing how it's done. And this is an amazing battle we are witnessing between Jonathan and Kurt Maestro. An unexpected battle, not what we were expecting at the start of this Grand Prix, considering the starting positions. But Jonathan and Kurt Maestro are putting on a right show for us here. In front of Adams, Dangerous Dave, and Phoenix Grey comes around the outside. The Flying Scotsman, can he stick it round the outside? He's going to have the inside line in towards turn 2. He does, and they're wheel to wheel, side by side, but the AlphaTauri just has to back out. He now has Demir on the back of him, the Bosnian, the Scotsman. Dangerous Dave leads the pack in the Williams. And here comes Jonathan once more on Kurt Maestro. And once again they trade places, and it's the Aston Martin that is now up to P13. Give him an opportunity, and Adams is through. The two McLaren swap places, and look at this, now it's Phoenix Grey on Dangerous Dave. Demir is going to try and go up the inside as well. It's 3 wide. Demir in the Haas goes up the inside. The Williams collides with the Alpha Tower in the both round. Demir and Phoenix Grey, the Scotsman, the Bosnian, they are rounding into the gravel. At turn 1 here in Qatar, it all ended in disaster. Can you believe it? But that was inevitable. 3 wide into turn 1 is never going to work. And he clatters into the back of him. Kurt Maestro clatters into Jonathan, but slows down to let him back in front. And that is very sportsmanlike. Very great sportsmanship is the word I was looking for. Dino will try and get that position back. The same position that he lost on lap 10, he will take back on lap 11, and the Ferrari driver of Dino F2 will make the move on Dangerous Dave, and up to P4 goes the Scuderia. Here comes Kurt Maestro, here comes Jonathan. He's going to lunge down the inside the Aston Martin, and the battle continues between the Alpine and the Aston in towards turn 1. Side by side they go. Remember, Kurt Maestro on them hard tyres, he will start to feel better with them longer duration tyres, and Jonathan just slots in behind him. Dino might just be far enough away to stop Dave from making that attack here. So we shall see. In fact, he's left himself wide open, and Jazzaboy, the man from South Africa, will make the move on the Williams. The Alfa Romeo will have to take the long way round. Dangerous Dave will go up the inside, and he nearly touches. Great racing from the pair of them. The Alfa Romeo will have the inside line in towards turn 2, and up to P5 goes Jazzaboy, but the old switcheroo from the Williams, can he make it stick? He cannot. But they are still within DRS range, inside striking distance of the Ferrari, and Dangerous Dave is coming back up the inside of the Alfa Romeo in towards turn 7. Wheel to wheel go the Williams and the Alfa Romeo, and Dangerous Dave gets a time penalty. Jazzaboy stays in front. Bit too far away. The Dutchie is still urging his way through cinders, and the Haas driver will make the move. He's going to have to leave the room. He does. Well, Cinders backs out. Great racing from MSC F1 Cinders. And Devil rejected on Smalley. Goes down the inside. Can the Aston Martin switch it back? And Devil rejected in the Ferrari is making moves here. The two McLaren. Oh, he spun it! Liam spun it, and Phoenix Grey cannot catch a break here in Qatar. Liam lost the race, and Phoenix Grey paid the price. The Alpha Tauri has crashed on lap 14. And Jazzaboy is into the lead of this Grand Prix. Mum Rider on the back of Jonathan in the Aston Martin. Mum Rider got a magnificent exit. The McLaren driver moves to the right, and the Papaya is through on the Aston Martin. Johnny Reed will now chase down Jazzaboy. Mum Rider and the McLaren still side by side with Jonathan Curran, the Dutchman, in towards turn 1, and the Papaya is through. Jim in the pit lane. Demir on Smalley, the Haas driver, round the outside of the Aston Martin is to go in towards turn 16, and the Bosnian is up to P15, but Smalley surely will have the DRS. He doesn't. Demir nicked that off him as well. Very smart overtake. 6.2 is the gap now. Mum Rider trying to make a quick overtake on Kurt Maestro. He does not want to get held up behind this Alpine. And you see how much the undercut works. Mum Rider is only is 1.6 in front of Adams. They only pitted a lap difference. Here comes Mum Rider now on Kurt Maestro. He does not want to rush into this, in towards turn 12. You got to remember, if Kurt Maestro has DRS down towards turn 1, he will struggle to defend it. Here comes Adams on Jonathan. The two McLarens trying to work their way through the grid. Jazzaboy is into the pit lane, and Johnny Reed will go back into the lead of this Grand Prix. Here comes Adams on Jonathan, and Adams in the McLaren is back up to P4. Only the Alpine separates the McLarens. Danny Cool in the Alpine will make the move work. down towards turn 1 we go, and Daddy Cool on the Dutch in towards turn 1 is up to P11. So Adams, he's now 2.4 behind his teammate. He needs to disperse of this Alpine in front. Now or never, really. Here comes Adams on the Alpine, and the McLaren driver is going to make it look easy before he even gets to the line. He is through and back into the podium positions. Liam racing on Phoenix Grey, DRS enabled, and here comes the Mercedes driver on the Alpha Tauri and makes light work of the Scotsman, and up to P13 goes the Mercedes. Phoenix Grey will have to try and get him back. Smalley on the back of Cinders, the Aston Martin on the Williams in towards turn 16 we go. He will have that DRS, the Aston Martin runs wide, the Williams trying to stick to the curb, but the Aston Martin opens up that rear wing. The Williams tries to defend as much as possible, but there's not much you can do. Down towards turn 1, and Smalley up to P18. DRS range, Adams on the back of his teammate, and here comes Adams on Mum and Ryder, and the two McLaren drivers have traded places. Adams has been eating away at that gap, and he is finally up to P2. Here comes Phoenix Grey, the Scotsman will try and take the position back on the Mercedes down towards turn 1, and Phoenix Grey says anything you can do, I can do better, and the Alpha Tauri is up to P13. Liam just slots back in behind him. Remember, Liam racing on them soft compound tyres. Phoenix Grey on the mediums as they move through turn 3 and up towards turn 4. Through the two right-handers they go. Jonathan and Kurt Maestro. These two have had battles all race as well, so it's great to see him continuing that. Oh, look at this. And this is not the first time Jonathan has been in that Alpine sandwich today. Daddy Cool in front, Kurt Maestro behind. What a spectacle they are giving us here. Daddy Cool will try and defend for his life. The Aston Martin is not waiting around. He knows he has Kurt Maestro on the back of him, and he will make that move, swings it back round, switches it down the inside, and the Aston Martin driver with that rear wing open, they're going to go 3 wide, but look at the straight line speed of Kurt Maestro. Incredible. Kurt Maestro moves up to P8. The Aston Martin goes down the inside. Nothing Daddy Cool can do. And it's a 2-for-1 deal. Now Red Wildfire sees this huge train just backing up on her rear diffuser, and I'm sure she'll be thinking, I don't know what to do here. Kurt Maestro is going to go down the inside of turn 4 and moves in front of the Alfa Romeo. Next in line is Jonathan. They are queuing up to attack the Italian car that is the Alfa Romeo. Well, and that is Mum and Ryder that goes back through on Adams, and the two McLarens have swapped positions once again. Dangerous Dave is here as well on Dino. The Williams driver on the scooter rear, and Dangerous Dave goes back up to P5. Let's jump straight back on board with that DRS train. It is Kurt Maestro that leads the way, but he's going to leave himself open for an attack, but Red Wildfire does not have the straight line speed. Jonathan in the Aston Martin will look down the inside, goes up the inside. Red Wildfire leaves in the room. Great racing from the pair of them as Daddy Cool just watches on. Red Wildfire will get the inside line in towards turn 2. The Alfa Romeo and the Aston side by side, wheel to wheel, over the curb at turn 3 and up towards turn 4. Nothing to separate them as Jonathan will go down the inside once again through the two right-handers, but the outside line is the quicker line, and Red Wildfire defending for her life. Great racing. Jonathan will not care. He will just be enjoying. He will be relishing in this battle. We know he loves a good tussle on track, and Jonathan will go for it once more, but this time it's going to be easy, and the Aston Martin driver moves in front of the Alfa Romeo. What about the Alpine? Is he going to try and be cheeky as well? He's just not close. The Red Wildfire nearly goes down the inside. I think she was a little late on the brakes, and now the Alpine will try and go for the move in towards turn 2. Goes down the inside, but the faster line is round the outside, and Red Wildfire is just able to stick it round there. Smalley on a Roadrunner, the Aston Martin driver on the Mercedes, and he will go round the outside, and there's nothing Roadrunner can do. I think he just thought better of it there. He didn't really want to get tied up in that. So Mum and Ryder is still in P2 with 4 laps to go. Daddy Cool still on the back of Red Wildfire. She has done an amazing job of defending so well here. Roadrunner and Smalley wheel to wheel down in towards turn 1. The Mercedes and the Aston Martin, and Smalley will try and hang it round the outside but went a little bit too wide, and he left Roadrunner to stay in position in P17, who is now right on the tail of Devil Rejected in that Ferrari in front. This has got to be one of the best races I've watched in a very long time. Here comes Daddy Cool in the Alpine on the Alfa Romeo, and Daddy Cool makes it 3 out of 3, but not without a fight that Red Wildfire gave every single one of them individually. But she has to now concede position, and down into P10 goes the Alfa Romeo driver. And if you want to know how to defend in a Grand Prix, just watch back the last 3 minutes of the Alfa Romeo. Incredible stuff. Remember, she's on the harder compound tyres. She will have that DRS to try and take this position back from the Alpine, and the Alfa Romeo is going to waste no time in doing so, and she is back up to P9 and through on the Alpine. Oh, who's that spinning? That's Liam in the Mercedes that has spun round on lap 27. Devil Rejected is catching up to Smalley. He's got the rear wing open, and the Ferrari driver of Devil Rejected, the Brummy driver, is through and up to P16 and makes an overtake on the Aston Martin. Brilliant stuff. Johnny Reed is coming into turn 6. He's half a lap away from winning another Grand Prix. Red Wildfire on Daddy Cool. Down towards turn 1 they go. The Alfa Romeo of Red Wildfire back up to P9 on the very last lap of this race, and she might have just done enough to keep that position. What an amazing performance from the man, the myth, the legend, Phoenix Grey, round the outside of the Dutchie. What a move from Phoenix Grey. The man, the myth, the legend, that is Johnny Reed. The man from Northern Ireland, from start to finish, has been nothing short of superb. But Johnny Reed will come through to win the Qatar Grand Prix. What a drive. Dino will chase down Mum and Ryder, the 2 McLaren drivers. What an unbelievable performance by Adams and Mum and Ryder. Red Wildfire got a time penalty there on the very last lap of this race. Dino will not be close enough to make the move on Dangerous Dave, and he comes through to P4, but Dino will take it anyway. What about time penalties? Let's just have a quick look, and she will still get the position on Jonathan. Wow, even without a penalty, Daddy Cool will try and chase her down, but it's not going to be enough. Kurt Maestro will come through in P7, Jonathan in P8. Red Wildfire is probably going to take the position off the Aston Martin, comes to the line, and yes, she does. P8 for Red Wildfire. What a Grand Prix. What a race.